Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm making this video to dive into one of the most overlooked but absolutely essential facilities in Palworld, Pal Labor Research Lab. We're going to go over what it does, how it helps your base, some of my things that I think you should work on first, and some other tips and tricks. So let's get into it. What it does is you basically put one of these down in your base, and you open it up, and you can see on the left side that it goes through all of the work suitabilities in the game, from handiwork all the way down to medicine production. You pick one of these. So let's say we're going to pick watering right now, and we do this. So what we'll need is we'll need tomato, lettuce, ancient civilization parts, and then some ancient PAL manuscripts. Where you get those ancient PAL manuscripts, you won't need these for all of these. Some of these will not require the ancient PAL manuscripts, but a fair amount of them will. And you can get those from the expedition station. Quite a few of the expedition station rewards have them. I will probably show some examples here. Anyways, so you basically select this, you begin the research. Since my planting's already done, I just finished that one, so we'll pick another one here. So we'll go with, we're going to upgrade my plantation harvest yield. Get 10% out of that. We need red berries, gumas leaves, and some ancient stuff. Ancient PAL manuscripts. So I'll select that, it'll pop up, and now I will essentially need a PAL with at least a 2 in planting, which I do. She's running around the base here somewhere. But she'll get to it eventually. They're all sleeping right now. So yes, you would do this with pretty much all of them to get incremental upgrades, and some of them are really good. Like say in the handiwork one, if you're crafting spheres, it gives you a 5% chance of crafting an additional sphere. Same with ammunition, if you're crafting ammunition, and they buff up. So you end up getting a 15% increase from both of them. You also get, yeah, this will also help you with if you're trying to produce armor and PAL gear and weapons and stuff. You will get decreases to all of that as well. So yeah, these are very, very, very good upgrades to help squeeze out a little bit more juice out of your bases. So there's also one that probably a lot of people don't know about, and it happens on the right side, and this is for every single one of them. I do believe it's for every single one. Yeah, so how it starts here is that you come down here and you start to see the defense of base PALs increases by 2%, attack by 2%, and then attack by 2%. So if you go through all of these and you do all of these and you just buff these up, so what essentially this does is this will give you pretty much increases from when you're doing raids, because that's when I think this will be most important. So when you're going to do like raids against like Bella Noir, Libro, Plasma Ryu, Xenolord, and etc. When you're doing all of those, these increases will actually help your pals in those raids because you will get those buffs, because technically when you're doing a raid, you're inside a base. But it also helps, I guess, if you're getting raided, but who really cares about that? The raids aren't really that tough. So, but the biggest thing is definitely that and all the other stuff that you can get from it. So, which ones should you work on first? In my opinion, I think you would want to work on handiwork, kindling, watering, planting, and mining. I think those are the biggest ones. Probably working on maybe kindling and mining first, because I think those ones work out a lot. Because I mean, unless you're in like the early game, you're not really crafting a ton of stuff, and maybe you won't be crafting many spheres. At least I don't. You get a lot of you get a lot of spheres now from like you can get them from like the expedition station, or you can get them from basically purchasing it from the merchants. Wait, no, can you buy spheres from the merchants? Don't quote me on that one. But as ammunition and stuff like that, you can basically get those from buying it from the merchants and everything like that. Oh, yeah, before I space it, I should also talk about the fact that some of these also will unlock new technologies for you because Pocket Pair changed this. It used to be where you would just buy, you could just straight up buy the technology from the trees. And then they changed it when they added. See, you can see right here, the Witch Cauldron. I never actually bought this because I never found a need for it for medicine production. Although medicine might be a little bit more important now in 1.0. So I never bought this, but you were able to just straight up buy the technology. If you were at the level and you had the technology points, you could just buy that. And then when they released the PAL Research Center, they changed it where you would have to unlock it. Because like, if you look at this, technically I don't have the stump and axe unlocked, but I'm able to craft it because I've already bought it because I found that important. But anyways, that's also another thing that makes the PAL Research Center important is that it will allow you to open up these new technologies, which when you make them and put them in your base, you get an improved, like say logging speed with the stump and axe, and depending on which one you do, it gives you improved in that specific area, like planting speed, gathering speed, and so on and so forth. So yeah, as I was saying, working on maybe kindling, lumbering, and mining. Well, maybe not lumbering so much, unless you really need the hardwood, probably. But it's still it will eventually you'll want to get all of these worked on. But I would definitely get the handiwork, kindling, and mining done first. Generation, electricity generation, maybe, possibly. I obviously I haven't worked on it, but I mostly was just working on the ones that would be huge in your base. Like with mining, you can get extra crude oil from your extractors, which is really nice. I'm surprised I haven't done that yet. I think I was working on these ones for the raids. That's what I was doing. I went through those a lot. But yeah, um, that's pretty much it for this video. It's kind of a short one, really. Mostly just wanted to talk about it because I don't see this a whole lot, especially from like new like beginner videos. They don't really talk about this a whole lot, and I think this is incredibly important to do. And also a little tip here. You could plop down. You don't need just one of them. You could plop down like multiple of them, like right next to each other, and they all work on the same one. So what you could do is you could prop down like, you know, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them in a base, and then you have like 5 base pals basically working on it all at once, and it'll speed up the process. I just basically had one down for right now to basically just talk about it. But essentially, I'm going to add in some other ones to basically speed that up, and then just drop out more pals to basically speed this up. And you can make it go a lot faster that way. See, as you can see, and this works for all of your bases. So you can't have this one down here working on, you know, planting or whatever, and then you go to say a different base, and you put it down and then work on a different one. No, this essentially works for all of your bases. I will show this in an example just to show you. See, as you can see, it still is the planting. So you can't go and be like, oh, I'm gonna have like several bases working on all of these at once. No, you can only do one at a time. So yeah, just keep that in mind there. But you can also just do multiple of them. So yeah, anyways, those are kind of my tips and tricks on the PAL Research Center. Hopefully this helps you get squeeze a little bit more out of your base. And if you guys want to see more guides like this from Palworld, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.